I don't want to go to parties that I'm invited to. I want to go to the parties where they don't invite me. I don't know what that is. If I ask a woman to go out, she says yes, I don't want to go out with her. If she says no, then okay. So the A-Team and Battlestar Galactic both been regurgitated in a new form because they were successful shows. And the way Hollywood works today, or the way the world works today, you take a brand name and you put it out and everybody will go see it just because it says McDonald's. They'll eat the hamburger because it says McDonald's. It doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be, they'll just go eat it. Or Kentucky Fried Chicken, they see it, they go eat it. If it's Nike, you buy it. It's just so if it says the A-Team, or if it says Battlestar Galactica, they'll watch it. They'll watch it. Never mind that it's got nothing to do with what Battlestar Galactica was. Literally nothing. Completely different everything. Different morals, different tone, different philosophy, different. They took one of the main male characters, made it a woman. It doesn't, doesn't matter. They go watch. So the A-Team, same thing. Call it the A-Team. It's not. I have never seen it, but I know because I have spies. I have people that watch things for me. I have no people in my life. I don't have people watch things. I don't have people that do anything. I do everything myself. Oh, God. Where was I? Is any of this making sense? I mean, is this too deep or too shallow? I don't know. I never know. I never know where I'm going too far, not far enough. Oh, Dirk, you're not going far enough. But that's as far as I can go. Oh, is it?
Oh my God.
Is that as far as it goes? Well, God. I'm not a lover boy. I just play one on TV. I'm not a real. Oh God. So the A-Team is. We were a very silly show. Now you know why. Mr. T is sillier than I am. George Papard was not silly, but he was irreverent and cynical, and he was Hannibal. He liked to see people. He loved to cackle and laugh and to manipulate, and that's Hannibal. And Mr. T was the silliest of us all, and Dwight was here last year, and you heard him, a really smart guy who's he's a little, odd. So it was great. We were all goofy, and that came across, and we wanted the show to be for children. And you've all grown up, and it's always wonderful to see you. When I talk to you, I can tell you were 6, 7, 8 years old. And, or sometimes I meet the parents who are now, my age, actually, or a little older. But it's wonderful, and I didn't know this was going to happen, but we did know we were making a show for a family. And we always were thinking of 6, 7, 8-year-olds. We used to say 8-year-old, 8 to 80. So we were very conscious of doing things that kids would laugh at. We also knew we were making a male show. We got that network hated us because we were very masculine. We were a chauvinist show. We were politically incorrect, so we were hated in Hollywood. The A-Team was. ABC, God, I could go on for hours. But if I write a book, I'll tell all the stories. But because it was all guys, there was no. The women only came on so Faceman would have somebody to save and flirt with, and it was chauvinistic. Yeah. You cannot do that today. On TV, well, you look here, all the stars are all these beautiful ladies. I mean, there are no men on television today in shows that are from the male perspective of the world. It all comes from the other side of the brain, which is all right, but, there's literally, there will never be another A-Team. So when they were, like we made it, because it was 4 guys and guns and cigars and womanizing and rescue, and we were always right. The new Battlestar Galactica, you notice, there was no right and wrong. There was just gray area. You didn't know who the Cylons were the good, and the humans were evil. That's the world we live in today, because it's politically incorrect to say those people are evil and we're not. That's a moral judgment. Well, the fact is, some people are evil and some people are good. Yep. So Battlestar Galactica was based on that. The A-Team was very much about good guys. getting the bad guys, and that's that's really not politically done. And the smoking, I mean, Jesus, God, I got my cigar right here. I never travel anywhere without my cigar. It's just, and I don't go out anymore. I don't go to dinner. I don't go to bars. Because I can't smoke. So I'm boycotting the world. But I always carry my cigars with me just in case I get lucky and somebody says fire it up. But anyway, so the new A-Team, and they made F.A.C.T.S the star of the show because the way Hollywood, because Bradley Cooper's one of the hottest stars in Hollywood today, and so they made him up front. But the A-Team, it was ensemble. We were all the same. It was a team. It was a team. So, in other words, the A-Team movie has nothing to do with the A-Team TV show, and ditto Battlestar Galactica. That's the way the world works. You cannot remake those shows because they are, let me put it another way, one is politically conservative, which is the old shows, both of them. The others are to the left. They're all leftist, socialist shows. The one reason you like the A-Team is because we were a Ronald Reagan, Republican, conservative show. Yeah. And you can't find that anymore. It's unpopular. It's not done. You can't do it. So, one more. No.
Hi, Mr. Benedict.
My time's not up.
Mine is. Do you have any future projects? Do you have any future projects?
Do I have a future project? No, not really. I'm going to get one though, and then I'll have a bit. For you, I'll get one. I should have one, shouldn't I? Just for moments like this.
Yes.
I'm kind of wasting my life, but the problem is, I'm a nature solitary person, and I'm a thinker. I like to think and ponder. I spend all my time thinking, and it's very unusual for an actor, because actors generally are not. They're acting, act. But by nature, I like to sit back and think and talk. I'm a verbal person. So it's acting was a big mistake in my life, but it happened, and I had success, and I just went off on that tangent. I don't regret it because I had fantastic experiences. But in terms of what I was meant to do in this lifetime, well, it's okay. I take it back. It's okay. But I spent the last 15 years raising my children. I quit Hollywood in '94. Well, we quit each other. But I didn't want to miss my kids' childhood. So when they were 4 and 6, I left. And I was a single dad, and I raised them by myself. It's the only thing I've done in my life of which I'm proud. They're two really wonderful human beings, very unique and mature, and they're fantastic. But I put a lot of my time and effort and creativity and energy into them. I did all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the washing up, all the thing, all the this. It was the greatest job I ever had, the toughest job I ever had. And I'm an expert on it now, so most of my friends in Montana where I now live are moms, and mothers. Now they're gone and they're living their life, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Last year I worked in England. I did a play and a musical because I started on the stage. I want to write a book, and then after that I don't know.
Well, in conclusion.
I'm done. I'm finished. In conclusion.
No.
Who's next, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
No. I only had a half. Don't touch me. You want? No. This is the guy who gives me my medicine. I'm on medicine.
Scotch is not.
He's my supplier. I should have said that.
I'm your supplier. Anyway, in parting, what's your secret to your energy? Because you remain not young, but youthful, but and energetic, like we've seen today. What's your secret?
I know. I have a bunch of secrets. No, I have. It's really could boil it down to a couple of things. You know, my whole life has been focused on finding the truth. I mean, it sounds like silly, but I used to ask my dad when I was 10 years old, well, what's the truth? Because there was the left and there was the right, or there was, some people thought this is something. It was always relative, and I thought, absolute truth. What's the absolute truth? So I was a search, and I found it. I know what it is, but it's hard to talk about because You know, I mean, it's the thing that anybody